let's discuss regarding the structures of the pharynx. From outer to inner coat, it is covered by several layers, namely the loose buccopharyngeal fascia. After that, the muscles layers, then the submucosal layers and the mucosal layers. The same GI tract glands having four coats presentations. Now, the loose areolar tissue is also termed as the buccopharyngeal fascias. It arises loosely from the over the loosely arises from these buccinator muscles and over the pterygomandibular raphe and covers all the constrictor muscles and gets inserted to the pharyngeal raphe, where all the constrictor get inserted, and it arises from the basi-occiput from the pharyngeal tubercles and extends up to the pharyngoesophageal junction, that is the pharyngeal raphe. In the upper part, this buccopharyngeal fascia is dehiscence, and these areolar tissues, it's nothing but the epimysiums of the constrictor muscles, and it also forms the anterior boundary of the retropharyngeal space. And some says there is no complete areolar tissues of these constrictor muscles. If it is present, it's nullify the expansions of the constrictor muscles. And within the muscles layers, although it follows the inner circular and the outer longitudinal muscles layers, the pharyngeal muscles are striated in nature, and whereas for the most of the GI tract it is smooth muscles. And among the constrictor muscles which are circular in nature, is present in the inner circle is the superior constrictor, middle constrictor and the inferior constrictors. And among the longitudinal muscles, the muscles are salpingopharyngeus, palatopharyngeus and the stylopharyngeus muscles. All these three muscles get inserted to the posterior border of the thyroid lamina. The constrictor muscles takes origins from the bones, ligament and cartilage in the forward portions, and it goes backwards to get inserted to the median fibrous raphe. Okay. Now the muscles are arranged in such a way that they are putting one over another's. That this is the superior constrictors, then this is the middle constrictor, this is the inferior constrictor. Just looks like the inner coronal section. This is the inferior, this is the middle constrictor, this is the superior constrictor. Just looking like the flower pots keeping one upon another's. Now let's start with the superior constrictors. It takes extensive origin in the frontal aspects, starting from the lower and the posterior portions of the medial pterygoid plates. After that, pterygomandibular raphe, the pterygoid hamulus, the posterior border of the mylohyoid line of the mandibles and the side of the tongue, and all the fibers goes backwards and upwards and expands in several directions. The upper fibers goes upwards and backwards and get inserted to the median fibrous raphe from the pharyngeal tubercles. And above the upper border of the constrictor, there is a space just below the base of the skull which is dehiscence in nature, only covered by the buccopharyngeal fascia and the pharyngobasilar fascia, and it allows the passage of the auditory tube. Next, fibers, that is the middle fibers of the superior constrictors, goes backwards and get inserted to the pharyngeal raphe, and the lower fibers gets downwards and backwards and medially and get inserted into the pharyngeal raphe up to the vocal cords, just under cover with the middle constrictor muscles. The middle constrictor muscles is a extensive fan-shaped muscles which takes origins from the greater cornu and the part of the lesser cornu of the hyoid bones, and it extends backwards and medially. The upper fibers covers the superior constrictor muscles and gets attached to the median fibrous raphe. The lower fibers is covered by the inferior constrictor muscles and it gets attached to the median fibrous raphe up to the vocal fold. The inferior constrictor muscles has got two sets of fibers. One is the thyropharyngeal sets, another is the cricopharyngeal sets. The thyropharyngeal sets of muscles fibers takes origins from the oblique line of the thyroid cartilage as well as the inferior horn of the thyroid cartilage, and the cricopharyngeal group of muscles takes origins from the anterior part of the cricoid cartilage as well as the cricothyroid muscles tendinous origins, and these thyropharyngeal muscles goes above and backwards and covers the medial constrictor muscles and get inserted to the pharyngeal median fibrous raphe, and whereas the cricopharyngeal muscles is not going to inserted the median fibrous raphe, is just circles the other halves and encircles the pharyngoesophageal junctions, and you see here there is a gap between the thyropharyngeal group of muscles fibers and the cricopharyngeal group of muscles fibers of the inferior constrictor muscles. This gaping part is termed as the dehiscence of Killian. The part above this is reinforced by all the constrictor muscles and they gets inserted to the median fibrous raphe, but the part below it is not reinforced by the other constrictor muscles.